It's scary going from something that's so much part of your life to now it's not part of your life, and how are you going to change your way of life in a sense? And it's been my life for as long as I can remember. My name is Evelyn Walsh, and I'm a student here at Western. I'm on the varsity figure skating team, and I'm also in my second year studying psychology. I started skating when I was 2 years old in a pair of hockey skates, and so I joined the Can Skate program, and I saw girls out there doing twirls and jumps, and I really wanted to do that. So I got my first pair of figure skates used, I think I might have been 4 or 5, and then from there I kind of loved it ever since. I was 15 years old when I was kind of introduced to the idea of doing pair skating. I had a singles career and done international competitions and been to nationals. Pairs took on a life of its own, and after 6 weeks, we were at our first international competition across seas in Tallinn, Estonia, and then we were in Dresden, Germany, and then we won nationals that year and went to Junior World. So it definitely had its own life that I never experienced through singles. It was a really fast learning curve, and especially the time I started pairs, it was the beginning of the competition season, so we had to learn everything quick, and we were off running. Competing at my first Junior Worlds was a whirlwind. I had no idea what to expect. Ultimately, it's such a gift to have those experiences, and I'm really grateful I got it from such a young age. And I carry all those life skills still with me, and that resiliency. After a bad competition, you have to compete next week, and you got to be on your A game, so figure out how to bounce back from it. Definitely an added pressure when you know that's on the line. I wish I could say that you try not ignore it and just focus on yourselves, but it's inevitable, it's there. But I think it's just an added excitement as well. And we were chasing that goal so hard it's not just that season, it's season before. And so the first couple competitions were rough. I was dealing with sickness and we had troubles kind of finding our groove that season. Those are tough times to get through. I think the good times are always easy to train through, but the hard times really build character and remind you of what you're doing and to stay on your own path. We had won silver 3 times at nationals, and I think that also doesn't go unnoticed. It's still just as special the 3rd time as it was the first. Yeah, that was a hard time, but also a really eye-opening time of how much support and love we had in the community. And it was so nice to hear from people reaching out all over, privately and publicly. I think that support I'll never forget, and it really is a community skating, and it's a great community filled with great people, and they're there for your highest moments and not also your lowest. I was ready to focus on my education in school, and I knew that's where my future lied. So I was so grateful that I do live in London and could go to Western and live at home, and I found a degree I was really passionate about. So I hope to kind of dive deeper into sports psychology and that side of things, and hopefully helping other athletes reach their dreams. I love skating on varsity. I think stepping away from skating was a fear factor of, I had my whole day planned out, someone planned it for me, my training schedule, everything, and now I was responsible for that. It's definitely a different transition. You go from a very regimented schedule of training 5-6 hours a day to morning skating 3 times a week, and that took some adjustment, and also learning that now these are much different goals. I'm not trying to go to Worlds. We're trying to win a championship as a larger team, not just 2 people, but now you have 15, 16 people. And so that was really special to be a part of an OUAs. Western hasn't won it, I think, in a couple of years. And it's something so neat to be a part of a group. Well, also you're in your individual sport, but you're also in a group sport. And figure skating doesn't always have that. And I think it was really something special to be a part of, and I'm so grateful that I could. I would say skating was a large part of my identity, but it was always an important factor. My parents ingrained it in me to have more than just a skater as an identity. And that was so much of me, but I didn't want it to be all me, because I knew when I stepped away, I wanted to have other things in my life and not just feel like I kind of had no identity after. So whether I wanted it or not, I was kind of known as a skater. But now that I came here and I have friends that don't really know I skate or are out of the skating world. It's really refreshing to just be a normal kid in university and have those experiences. So the transition was scary, but it's been so smooth. And since I can still have skating part of my life, it's not like it's completely out, which brings me a lot of joy. And I'm really enjoying school and that part of it now that I can put all my focus on school and not have to split it with something else. I think I definitely see the sport in a different lens now. Now that it's not so based on competitions and result oriented, it's more, what are you going to achieve as a larger team? And instead of two people, it's a large group of people, and how are we going to do it all together? And I think that's been a different view that I've really enjoyed, because I've been able to do this process with a bunch of like my best friends.